You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Simone Wolfe. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to uphold, preserve and advance human rights in Jamaica. In a statement marking the day on December 10, Mr. Holness said government was examining a raft of policies and legislative initiatives related to human rights.
I pledge to work honestly and sincerely with you to achieve the shared vision, the shared goal of making our country a prosperous nation for all.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness committing himself to the renewed 4-year social partnership agreement, the Partnership for a Prosperous Jamaica PFPJ. Wednesday's signing saw the private sector, civil society and trade unions pledging to continue the work of the first partnership agreement, which was signed in July 2013. Mr. Holness said his government's ambitious transformation agenda had 5 priority goals: growth and job creation, public sector transformation, adherence to the rule of law, debt reduction and macroeconomic stability, and intersectoral linkages. In Parliament on Tuesday, Prime Minister Holness led tributes to the former leader of the Republic of Cuba, Fidel Castro.
We pay tribute to Fidel Castro today, putting aside whatever international, global politics, because Fidel Castro has been a friend to Jamaica.
During his statement to Parliament, Mr. Holness said Cuba and Jamaica had pledged to strengthen cooperation in several areas, among them trade, tourism, culture and education, as well as climate change and disaster mitigation. Prime Minister Holness also told Parliament Tuesday that government had started the second phase of its all-island disaster mitigation program. 216 drains will be targeted for cleaning. Mr. Holness says the program has been bolstered with an additional $200 million secured from the road maintenance and the tourism enhancement funds.
These additional funds will not only be spent on drain cleaning. As I've said, it will be used to undertake a patching and repair program to some of our main roads.
By Tuesday night, the Prime Minister was at the National Indoor Sports Center supporting the screening of Usain Bolt's I Am Bolt documentary.
So what Usain Bolt represents for the country, he's a national treasure, he's an asset for us, he's a great ambassador.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness had a similar message for the sportsmen and women who gathered Wednesday night for the 12th annual Courtney Walsh Awards for Excellence.
It is incredible the level of access and attention that our athletes bring to our country. They deserve every accolade, every august and glorious, and they really deserve it. Because without their performance, you really would have to ask yourself, where would Jamaica be?
Cricketer Tamar Lambert walked away with the 2016 award. Kingston College's Javon Matheson and Satania Wright from St. Elizabeth Technical High School walked away with the male and female student athletes awards. On Thursday, the Prime Minister welcomed the launch of an occupational degree program being carried out through the newly established Center for Occupational Studies. The program is a collaboration involving the Heart Trust NTA and the Joint Committee for Tertiary Education. At Thursday's EduTVET conference in Montego Bay, Mr. Holness said government would be aligning education with the growth agenda. Part of that focus is greater investments in the business process outsourcing sector.
Today, what we're about to do is to launch a program which will facilitate the expansion of these kinds of industries by creating a pool of trained human resources that will reduce the search, recruitment, and training time and expense to investors.
And Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced Thursday that the first phase of government's Legs Work policy will be rolled out in January 2017. The Jamaica Defence Force will act as the first recruiters for the initial target's unattached youth.
They will be getting a skill, a stipend, and giving service in critical national areas, and a part of that stipend goes into a compulsory saving program.
The Prime Minister also announced plans to create a volunteer program which would see retirees and persons in the diaspora giving back in a structured way.
That program would bring the diaspora closer to us, a greater understanding, and indeed preserve the link between Jamaicans at home and Jamaicans abroad.
He was speaking Thursday at the Council for Voluntary Social Services Awards banquet. Just in time for the Christmas season, Mr. Holness treated wards of the state from 12 children's homes and places of safety at Vale Royal. Back at Jamaica House, the Prime Minister met with the Board of Directors of JAMPRO on Thursday. He also met with the newly appointed Jamaican High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Seth George Ramakan, and held talks with a delegation from the Development Bank of Jamaica, headed by Chairman Chris Saka. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.